All righty, all. Let me know if you can hear. For some reason, I got no sound, uh, which I guess I don't really need sound. But let me know if you guys can. Just let me know if you guys can hear me. I see my buddy C Max Cooks is in the house. Of course, Maddie and Kiki, Cheryl, Tom's Food Factory. You can't be serious, Bobby. That sounds good on Facebook land. So I don't know. I don't have any speakers, but I guess I really don't need any speakers. Let me just switch on over to Facebook and see what is what over there. Okay, so we are. Just bear with me here. Okay, so we are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. All right, that's probably a little bit better. C-Max, it is good to see you, Tom. And I hear my bracelets clicking away over here. Maddie and Kiki, I want to hear all about the. I know you guys were out of town again on a cook, I guess you could say. I'd like to hear about that. Bobby, it is always good to see you. Tom's Food Factory, Cheryl. We got a Facebook user, sounds good in Facebook land. I appreciate that. Billy Bats is in the house. What is shaking? There you go. And we do have 44 people. And of course, David Bass is in the house. Keith, it is good to see you. My man, Uncle Steve, it is always good to see you. Ken, it is good to see you. And I'm guessing Maddie and Kiki are probably just heading out to dinner and getting ready for bed. And there is my daughter showing the love. Doug Smith. Hey Tommy, hope it's cooler there than it is here. It is. I was just telling the wife I haven't been in my pool yet, and it's almost July. It's crazy. That's the first time. It has been so cool here in Jersey. It's it's unbelievable. So much for global warming, I guess. My man Aviator or Avatar or whatever it is always good to see you. Darren, good to see you. My man Brian, it is good to see you. I know we were going back and forth on some messaging, Brian. I kind of lost track of you. My man Jim, it's good to see you. My wood guy Kenneth, it is good to see you. I've been doing a lot of griddle cooking, Kenneth, but I'll be getting to you soon, I'm sure. And my man, the observer, if I could only have one grill smoker, what would it be? Not counting the flat top, which is a griddle, because you didn't say griddle, grill smoker. Well, I mean, I would probably, the Lone Star offset is obviously the best pit that I have back there, but that's not feasible for everyday cooking. So probably, that's so tough. I love the Master Built Gravity 1050, but I love the Z grills. So it's tough, man. Can I have two? Can I have three? Well, actually, I need four. I need this. I need the offset. I need the master built. I need Z grill pellet grill because you got to have one pellet grill, and I need a griddle. So that's four. I know that's not what you asked, but What pit are you interested in? Usually, when a question is asked like that, they have a certain pit that they like. Hey, my man Scott, what is up? Haven't seen you in a while. Double J, it is always good to see you. Oh, I got to tell you, man, I don't like to throw this around too much. And let me see if I can set this up really quick here. We don't really have too much of an agenda here, so I can kind of play around here. But let me try to do this real quick as I fall. God, when I was going live all the time, I used to be so good at this thing. Now I get confused. Let me see. Share screen. Hold on, because this is going to be worth it. So I think you could see that. So I made a smash burger today, where instead of a roll, I used a Krispy Kreme glazed donut. And I got to tell you, it was probably better than a smash burger. It was so good. When I took the first bite, and you'll probably see it in the video, when I took the first bite, I was a little taken aback, that it was as good as it was. And I talked about it. Then I took that second bite, and it was like, wow, just fired all the senses up, man. And it was friggin' good, man. I'm telling you, man, it was good. Even the wife had some and said, "Wow, that's good." My man Scotty, I'm not sure if I said what is up with you, but yeah, that video will be out soon, man. It is a must. I say this once in a while, but I'm saying it for real that it is definitely a must make. You have to make it. It is 10 out of 10. It was that good. If you can't get Krispy Kreme, you could use any donut you can get. And I'm telling you, man, it was friggin' good. The sweetness of the Krispy Kreme glazed donut with the saltiness of the two pieces of bacon that I put on it, a little bit of salt on the meat, telling it with the cheese. And, oh, God. So I mean, if I was younger, I would eat 3 or 4 of them, no problem. What is happening there, MT? Looking forward to this season. I guess that is the barbecue season. Hey, Freddie Zeppelin is in the house. The gallery back bar. Really, Tommy, I can't stay, but had to come by and say hello and rock on, my man. It is always good to see you, man. I know you posted a video with a plane or something. I think I saw. Had a little thunder come through here also in Jersey. Like I said, it's been crazy. Kent, the Masterbuilt 900 is a rebadged 800 with a pizza oven. So basically, there may be a couple small upgrades, nothing major. It is basically just a Masterbuilt 800 with a pizza oven included, and I believe it's only sold at Costco. Personally, uh, I can make just as good as pizza with a stone in the gravity fed than the pizza oven. That's my opinion. Resting a 3 pound pork loin on the Traeger after trying out a new, to me, Meter Plus. Very happy with the results. I had a few meters in the house. Definitely a good thermostat for sure. Thermometer, thermostat. I do believe I have some of that sitting right there on the shelf. You see two big Uncle Steve's smiley face behind me that I look at every morning. Little drag racing going on for Double J. So if Maddie and Kiki are still out there, I would love to hear about the event that they're at today. And I can't argue with that, Jim. Can't argue with that, man. You're at a bar. The heavy D on the Z Grills 11-2B. What is the heavy D, man? I'm not sure what that heavy D is. We've been trying to hide from Molly that I go on air because she cries for a bone and she just kicked the door open. So I think she knows I'm on air now. And every time she sees me on air, she wants this big bone so she can gnaw at it for a half hour. And we've been trying to hide that I was on air. She just kicked open my door and peeked in. So she's probably going to start busting for him. Scott, it is always good to see you. Yes, hit the thumbs up, everyone. That would be cool. We got 54 people in. Like I said, Scott, nice to see you. Always good to see my friend Wendy. And I'm telling you, man, that is it's crazy, man. Yeah, who did the smoke tube? I think the Flat Top King did a smoke tube. Halo. That's a neat idea for sure. I'm loving that Halo griddle. Um, it is a killer griddle, man, killer griddle. I did that Smashburger donut cook today, and before I even put the Smashburgers on, I think it was about 450 servings when I pulled the bacon and stuff off. I just turned the whole griddle off completely and finished the cook. The griddle, um, the griddle right, is about 20 pounds heavier from what I understand over a Blackstone griddle. That's a griddle top. So the heat retention in that thing is crazy. So I shut it off at about 450, turned the gas off, everything. Had about probably 5, 6, 7 minutes left in the cook. Just shut everything down, finished the cook. It never fell below 400. So it held that heat for whatever, 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever it was. Um, and it is just a cool thing, man. Little West Coast happening. I'll be speaking of the West Coast. I'll be the tour continues this year. I will be with my buddy CJ and also Josh and Babe and also the bitchy Baker, I guess you could say, right? Wife. We will be down in Las Vegas at the big MGM pool. It is going to be an event for sure. I'm sure you will see pictures, and also I'm sure someone is going to go live. So far it's been pretty cool. I hooked up with C Mac, met a couple people at the Connecticut Barbecue Festival, and of course Maddie and Kiki. Now CJ, Josh and Babe, the bitchy Baker, and I'm hoping to be down with the Wall Twins in October. I also have a big wall over here that I couldn't figure out what to do with it. It is the wall that sits above my computer. I got stuff behind me. I've got some friends over here on that big wall. I'm gonna put all the YouTubers that I've met. The ones I just named are going to be right on that wall right there. That is going to be pretty cool. And I am going to film. I know I had a whole office makeover here. People who used to watch my show will know that something's different in my office. And I am going to film an office makeover show soon. I am going to do it because I know I watched about 30, 40 of them. So Maybe not barbecue people want to see it, but if you're in the office, there's some pretty cool things like that thing behind me, which houses all my batteries and stuff. All the wiring is right there. Alan Stan, what state are you in? I am in the state of New Jersey. Thank you. In my opinion, there is no better griddle out there than that Halo 4B griddle. It is pricey, but you asked me what I would recommend, and that is what I would recommend for sure. I had a Blackstone in my garage. I brought it back. I kept that Halo, took a shot with it, and it has exceeded all my expectations on what it can do. The Traeger one is another good one, but a little too small for what I needed it to do. So I really didn't consider the Traeger too much. But you know what? You get what you can afford. They're all going to produce good food. The Weber's a good one too. But for me, it was the Halo, and I will not look back. I've got the Char Grill Auto and want one other grill smoker, either a pellet or the Masterbuilt Gravity. Which one? It depends. It's simple. If you want to grill, it's going to be the Masterbuilt. The Masterbuilt is going to smoke, and the Masterbuilt is going to grill. If you're just using it for maybe a dedicated smoker, it is the pellet grill. Everybody, I the reason it was so hard for me to answer that question is because is I need a pellet grill in the backyard. I just like cooking on it, but it's not going to produce the Masterbuilt quality food on a lot of dishes. So I need my Masterbuilt. Of course, the Lone Star is going to blow all of them away, so I need that. And then I definitely need a flat top griddle because I am going to cook more recipes on the flat top griddle. It's going to do things that the other ones can't. That's why I need four grills, griddles, pits, whatever. I see you up there, man, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I understand, sweet. Be good, my friend. If you're gone, if you're there, it's good to see you always. I appreciate that. Appreciate you stopping in. I used to do the live streams all the time, Brian. Brian knows. I want to get back into it. It is a groove, though. You got to get in that groove. I'm looking to do that. We got about 60 people watching. If you could hit that thumbs up, that would be a cool thing to do. And I see my man Mark Lustig, the Yankee fan, up on Facebook. And of course, my man Ray Bauman, it's good to see you. Tina, have a blessed night. It's good to see you. And of course, my good old friend Colleen, what is shaking? And now let me just jump on over here real quick. And of course, Ronald Armstrong, have you ever tried Dale's meat marinade? I have not. Terrace, good evening. Darren, it is barbecue season. It is always barbecue season. And let me keep on going here. Try to get everybody. David Bass, it is 11 p.m. in London, UK, but cooked short ribs today. I love short ribs today. And the master build for 6 hours. It came out great, man. All pictures are always welcome. If you want to send me pictures, if my man Scotty's in the house, you can post my email or my Facebook, whatever. I'm always looking to see pictures from my people cooking. And of course, there's the Uncle Pink's saying Gator shake on chicken wings is a must make. And that is good evening to you. That is true. Molly did peek in. There's my man Russ. It is good to see you, Russ. I have not. What is up? I can't get your name on here, but it's good to see you. And my daughter is definitely jealous, and she is looking for an autograph from CJ. I mean, please, nobody passed that bit of information to him. And there is Mark in the house, my old friend. It is good to see you. And I have not tried that marinade. I think I read this just a couple seconds ago from jumped on over to my Facebook page, but I have not read that. I have not tried that, I should say. You know, I was going to come to the car show, but my niece lives out in California and she's getting ready to move to Michigan. And me and the wife wanted to get out. She lives in Las Vegas, I should say. Me and the wife wanted to get out to LV before she moved. Um, it just happened that it just happened where it's the same time around the 20th. And it just didn't work out for Ricer this time go round, but we'll see for next year. I am doing fabulous, man. It is good to see you. And I have no interest in any kind of TV or anything like that. What's he using, Russ? I haven't seen what griddle he's using. And there is Mitch. What is up, everyone? No, I have no interest in doing that stuff. You are gonna absolutely love it, man. It's just some, to me, it's a misconception that you have to be, it's that the Halo griddle is not for beginners. Just learn how to, what's for beginners? Is the kitchen oven for beginners? I mean, is the stove top for beginners? I mean, learn how to friggin' cook. And I'm not just talking a griddle, but even, saute something on the stove. It's just learning. It's not, it's not that hard. The Halo grill is a little bit of common sense and a little bit of temperature management. And I'm telling you, man, I look, I had all 8 burners, and I show in the videos because of the misconception. I had all 8 zones lit. I had bacon on, all 8 zones lit, probably for 20 minutes. The grill only hit 400 after 20 minutes. It knows about 400 as I pulled the bacon off and as it sat there. Then I put my smash burgers on and just shut the whole thing off. I think it was a little mid force. That was at the very end of pulling my bacon off. So, it doesn't get as hot as you know. I mean, it's just a little bit of temp management. Cooking's fun, man. That's to me. That's one thing. Like with these long smokes, you set the grill up with these, with the electronics. You put the stuff on. You can go to the house and go to sleep. What kind of fun is that? You got some zones there to play with, man. It is just fun cooking, just like a stove. You don't put when you've got a couple saute pans going, you're not going to light everything on high and just start sauteing away. You're going to lower stuff. You're going to move pans around and stuff. That's the fun of cooking. That's a no go for me. Maybe CJ has a 8 by 10. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that. I'm actually going to. I've got some. I'm actually going to use pecan shells, actual pecans. Um, the shells. Hold on, let me grab them for a second. So these are, I don't know if you can even make these out. These are pecans, the peanut, the nut pecans. I've got boxes. These are pecan shells. Um, they're hard to see, but these are the shells. They're cleaned up to go in a smoker. So I am actually going to run my master build with some charcoal with a heavy mix of pecan shells. I think Tom Horseman did something. I'm going to do mine a little bit different than him, but it is going to put out a sweet smoke with these pecan shells, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be probably tomorrow. We got a lot of clickety clacks here. Hold on. But yeah, I saw that Kent with Greg. Yeah, I mean, price is the price. There's my man, Joe. It's good to see you, buddy. A big Patreon supporter of mine. Yeah, the gravity fed is a beast. And there is my email. I am probably way behind. Pickled onions were killer, man. I want to get another recipe up, man. And there you go with the chuck. I am going to do one, getting back to these pecan shells. I am going to do one. I mean, here's my Scarlet Kitten. I am going to do one, a chuck roast tomorrow, I do believe, with just instead of wood, I'm going to use the pecan shells, which is going to give a sweet flavor to the meat. So I'm real excited to see how that's going to turn out. And we got a brisket. I saw that. I saw some pictures come over the wire. I will check them out when I get off. Where's that? Vegas? Yeah, we've got like a week with off and on rain here. It's been real weird. Ranch Pro 30. I'll have to I'll have to look that up. I've not heard of that one. I'm sure it's killer though. Greg has it. It's fun. You don't have a griddle. You would love a griddle, Russ, man, because you're a very recipe oriented channel. You come up with some really, you just do recipes. You're a recipe oriented um, channel, and a griddle, man. You would come up with a lot of recipes on a griddle. I mean, of course, the 1050's the king daddy of them all. If you can afford the 1050, get the 1050. And there's deals around, so you gotta look for the deals. What kind of wood? I didn't get the beginning of that. Alan, a 1050 is a gravity fed. A pellet is a pellet grill. Two different pieces. Two different pieces. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. I appreciate that, man. And look, my email, which was posted before, uh, uh, if you ever have any questions, I'm 24/7 on this deal here, so you can always hit me up on email. Just peeking on over Facebook to see what is up. Scotty says the Ranch Pro's 30 or 2400. I'm sure it's killer. That's for it's hard for me to recommend anything for a portable. But the Blackstones, you can never go wrong with the Blackstones. I'm sure they have portables. They have everything else. Look, I would shop something portable, something for camping, tailgating, whatever. I would shop price. Find a portable with a good price that's going to be portable for you. I'd say go with that. And that is my email right there. And if anyone ever has any questions, you can just reach out. I'm just popping around here and make sure I have answered everybody's question. Bear with me one second here. And I'm over at the Masterbuilt Gravity. We got Archie Spears. We got my Kenneth. So I got those. Just want to make sure I cover everything. And we are already cruising on a half hour. Anytime, anytime. I'm having I had a couple people reach out to me because they feel the show is changing, and the show is definitely changing. Um, I enjoy griddle cooking. Um, I've been smoking for a long time, but for the channel, I've smoked so many different stuff, and I'll do some more smoking. There's no doubt about it. But you can cook more recipes on a griddle than you can in a smoker, and ribs and brisket and pulled pork are all great, man. But how many times can you film? How many times can you film them? I mean, if you do a Google search or if you do a YouTube search for brisket, you come up with hundreds of videos. Um, and there'll be more. There'll be more. But the griddle will allow me to do more recipes. Again, I'm a recipe oriented guy. I grew up in the kitchen with recipes. Working flat tops, sautés, everything. It's in my blood. Blah blah blah. You all know the story. Um, so the griddle is going to help me do all that. And actually, if you go back to my earlier videos, I actually started on the griddle, Blackstone. But the channel started moving when I got that master built, and it just YouTube put me in a corner because um, they only showed my videos when I did smoking videos. They didn't show other stuff. So now I'm trying to make the switch back over because I just love to cook. I just want to cook. Um, so I am looking forward to this for this summer greatly, man, with that flat top. I use a 99 three burner raw garment grill. It does all do. That's that, man. They do have a lot of griddles. Besides that, they got smaller ones. They do have some portables. I just don't know them. I can only talk of the grill that, and that is the 4B, and that sucker is a tank. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to do some steaks on a sear or something soon. So I'll stay tuned for that. Happy 420. Is that today? January, February, March, April? No. 420, this is Jersey, man. It is all legal here. Um, the weed, it's everywhere. Gummies, they're everywhere. You can just walk into the stores. New Jersey has become the drug dealer now. So if you want gummies or you want weed, you just go buy it. They give it funky names like because obviously they want the kids to buy it. So they Mike Tyson, it's you go you buy some weed called Mike Tyson. The gummies come in fancy bags and stuff like that. And so I guess 420 has lost its luster, is what I'm trying to say. 5,000 ways to smoke a brisket. Well, go have fun doing them. When I do briskets, man, I love briskets, man, but the thought of sitting there for 12, 14 hours, man, after a while, it's just too much, man. By the time you carve the brisket up, you're just not even into finishing the video anymore. That's just my opinion. Steak salad, man, that's killer, man. Stir fry, there you go, man. So I can do a lot of stuff on the smoke or on the pellets or the Lone Star and then finish them up on the griddle also, or even take like if I do a brisket or some ribs, take the meat off of that and put it in a recipe on on the griddle. And as far as like Scotty, there are 5,000 ways to smoke a brisket. You know what? It is all the same. It is putting it in the smoker and it is babysitting it for, 10, 12, 14 hours or whatever. So in the end, even though there may be not 5,000, but even though there may be many ways to smoke a brisket, in the end, it really is just about all the same. I mean, you can load it, you can wrap it, you can not wrap it, spritz it. When do I spritz this, that, and the other? It's all good, but in the end, it is all the same. And there is my man Bat first on the grill. Steal a little thunder from Maddie and Kiki. They were in here earlier and I will have to get the updates on how their event went. Mike Tyson ears here also. There you go. What up, Hot Tommy? What up, Papa Texas? This is always good to see you. Yeah, it's crazy that they send people to jail for weed. I mean, I personally don't think the way New Jersey made it legal was wrong because the politicians are doing it for tax. Period. They could give two craps about the kids. They will burn out all the kids in this state because they need tax revenue. And because they're jacking up the prices. I can still go down the street and get it 40% cheaper than I can at the root house. But New Jersey wants the tax. They should, if they really wanted to legalize it, they should have just legalized it. Let the people dictate the market. But basically, what they're doing is just going to sell it themselves again because of the tax revenue. So the this is probably going to go countrywide everywhere eventually, and the United States will be one stupid burnout place because the kids, man, I smell it at the boardwalk, Hard Rock in Atlantic City. Man, it is everywhere because the cops really can't do anything, because it's illegal. Legal and strong. It is Papa, Texas. And we got about another 20 minutes to go here. And there is James ENG. What is shaking? And Scotty did do a chuck roast today. I thought you had a problem with the you couldn't buy one. That's right, from your butcher. I 100% purchased that out of my own pocket, and I purchased the Blackstone out of my own pocket that I returned. So I paid $1,000 for that Halo, and do not regret it. I mean, the thing's a tank, man. And I had the Pit Boss non-stick. This one is true. This this thing is seasoned. I mean, Scotty will jump in here in a minute, I'm sure. This sucker is seasoned, and it ain't nothing going to stick to it. And that is what grilling is all about. I mean, that sounds killer, man. Smoked pork dumplings. See, that's all good stuff, man. That's all recipe stuff, man. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, that's one thing. Again, I say Russ all the time because he's one of the bigger channels that actually can get away with it. He can get away with doing recipes on his channel. A lot of channels can't get away with it. They'll bury the video. And when I say them, I mean YouTube. Hawaiian pizza on the Z. There you go. That sounds killer, man. I appreciate that. Papa Texas throwing down. I get them from Amazon. If you send me I'll post my. Even go Scotty will probably do it too. If you send me an email at that email address, I'll send you a link where you can buy them. They're only like 9 bucks and 50, and they come with the heat glove inside, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's. I don't have a recommendation, man. Some people have great luck with that pit boss. I didn't. I tried to baby it, and I just couldn't. And you couldn't make it work. Scotty had problems, but some people on the groups, I see them in the pit boss groups, have great luck with it. They love the non-stick, man. It just wasn't for me. Just wasn't for me. And that's what I did. Like Scotty said, I sold it. I sold it, and I took the money and bought a Halo. And when I first fired that Halo up, I knew I had missed it. I've seen that, man. That I don't know where I've seen that, but I've seen that, and that is my guy, Ray. How you doing, man? Hey, Brian, it was good to see you, man. Send me that Facebook. I know you sent some stuff over. Brisket cook. We only got about 10 more minutes here. We will wrap this up. We will try to do this every week, just a little catch up, little catch up. And there is my man Spike. It is good to see you. Buck says griddles are good when it's only the two of you, but it can handle a party also. That's what I mean. I'm lucky enough to have them all. Even if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I can guarantee a couple things. I can guarantee I'd have a griddle in my backyard without a YouTube channel. I can guarantee I would have a Weber kettle in my backyard without the YouTube channel. If I ever heard of Masterbuilt, I can guarantee I'd have a Masterbuilt back there, and I could probably guarantee I'd have a pellet back there. I've been, cooking, grilling, so it would all be back there. Is there anything I don't like about the Halo, man? You know, it would have been cool if all 8 zones were independently able to dim, but that's asking so much because the thing would be $1,500 because then it would have to have independent burners on the ones in the back. Is there anything I don't like about it? I gotta tell you, man, not really. I'm a pretty easy person to please. If I had a Blackstone back there and never had the halo in my backyard, and you could ask me that question, is there anything I don't like about the Blackstone? It would probably be around the same answer. I'm an easy dude to please. Now, if I had the halo and the Blackstone side by side, I would sell the Blackstone. Period. But if I never had the halo and had the Blackstone, I would be just as happy with the Blackstone. There's nothing wrong with the Blackstone. There's nothing wrong with the Camp Chef. Get with the members, get what you can afford, and you will be good to go. Because in the end, they're all going to cook the same. I mean, the halo is going to give you a little bit extra play on that top temperature, but you're only going to use that for certain dishes. So you know, I'm going to use it, but the regular person in the backyard maybe aren't going to use it that much. So it really doesn't matter. A griddle is a griddle. It's all fun. Get out there and cook. Get out of the house. Get in the backyard. Spend time back there with the family and kids. Get the kids behind the grill. That's what it's all about. Doesn't really matter what you use. I mean, you could do a kettle from Walmart and be good to go. Hey, Ray, if you're splitting, have a great week, man. And we got about another 10 minutes to go here. We still have about 45 people. Guys, if you can hit that thumbs up on your way out, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let me see what I got coming up. I'm going to do that chuck roast with my walnuts. I got that coming up. I'll have a couple things from Z Grills coming up. Of course, I'll have some Halo cooks coming up. I got to get back on that Lone Star. And I think Smokey, Russ, Papa, Scotty, well, Scotty too right now. So anytime you get as a YouTuber, we get tired of cooking on the same pit over and over and filming it. But anytime you get something new in the backyard, as Scotty just got the pit boss, I do believe, and when you get something new in the backyard, it gives you that juice. The YouTube game is not easy. Um, uh, it's not an easy game, man. Look at my man Jeff Reiser. It's hard to keep that drive, to produce those videos. So when we get a new pit in the backyard, that gives us a little juice. So the griddle has gotten my blood pumping a little bit here as we take this, into the summer. And there is Shar. That is my Facebook. What would you say, Shar Stalker? Maybe I don't know. It is always good to see her. That we have a little mutual crush going back and forth. Z grills, when I get a new Z grills, I just got the 700 series. It just does. It gives me a little bit more juice. I had that 1100 two big Z grills, which is a tank, but I cooked on it for a year, year and a half, filmed on it. It was time for it to go. Got a new one, and it just gives me new juice. It just gives me because now I can cook some of the recipes that I cooked 2 years ago in the new grill. It's just added fun. The YouTube game's not easy. Because we're pushing two, three videos a week, 4, 5, 6 videos a month. So it's nice this time of year to get something new. Now, I'm not going to take any new pellet grills this year, besides the Z grill. So we can go with that and the master build. Like I said, I'll be on that gravity fed tomorrow. Um, you know, Weber kettle, of course, man. That's what I was just saying. It's hard to beat that Weber kettle. That'll be Buck. That'll be on the Halo griddle. It'll be a breakfast smash burger. That is a smash burger surrounded by a Krispy Kreme donut. That is killer, man. Killer. Hey, there he is, my man, Chris. We tried to hook up last week, I do believe. Let me see if I can hook up with you tomorrow. We will get together. There's no doubt about it. Let me just jump on over to Facebook. And guys, if you can hit that thumbs up, I definitely appreciate it. I'm just jumping on over to Facebook real quick to see if I got anybody that I missed. And that is that. All right, guys. So look, we are about coming up on that 7 o'clock hour. I will try to get here again next Sunday, but we will wrap this one up. Get ready to wrap this one up. Now, Ricer did not quit, but he's spending a lot of time with his kids. His kids are in track in high school. I'm sure you might have seen the pictures on Facebook. And he's been spending a lot of time with the kids with the track and field, and he hasn't filmed a video. And that just goes to what I was saying before. It's a drag. It's something you really got to be motivated to do. And if you lose that motivation, or if let's say you get sick, you get the flu, and you're sick for a week. It's hard to get back on that horse and start filming those videos. Because I mean, you've seen YouTubers that are no longer or have slowed down in videos, and I'm just giving you a little insight on what happens. And when we get a new pit, it just gives us a little bit of juice to get out there and to get it done. Yeah, and he is busy with that too. He's got young kids, man. My daughter's is 28, 29, whatever. Ricer's kids are high school. They're into sports, they're into track. He's got to do what he's got to do. And that's his first thing. It stinks because YouTube's a funny game. You stop posting on YouTube, and YouTube's going to spank you. Because you put You may put a video out, one after not posting in a month, put a video out, people squash it. It's just the way it is. And thanks for stopping in. Have a great week, and hope to see you next weekend also. Shar, take care. We will see you soon. My man Spike, Armadillo Powder. What madness is this? Not sure. Halo is a killer. I agree. He is also doing videos for Smoke Source. That is true. So that takes his time away from his channel. He's a busy guy right now, man. And Russ can attest. I'm sure Russ. I know Russ kids are older now. But if Russ's kid was 14, in track or wrestling or football, it's and you're working. Russ has a full time job. Also, I'm retired. Russ is retired. We got all day to sit here and do this stuff. When I was working, of course, my daughter was at the house and older, but when I was working, it was tough because you go to work, you come home at 3 o'clock, and you got to start rolling film. Man, it wasn't easy. YouTube is not an easy game, man. And I'll tell you that, and I think Russ will agree with me here as we go to wrap this up. If I was, there's some newer channels coming up. But if I was like say 30 years old, 35 years old, and looking to get into YouTube to maybe turn that into like a full-time gig, I don't know that cooking is the way to go. I've seen YouTube change over the past, 3, 4, 5 months. That just makes it a little difficult for the influencer. Now we do have Facebook. We have a couple other, sources to make money, so that is cool. But if we had to just rely on YouTube, forget about it, and I'd have another job. It is YouTube has changed, and I can imagine. Russ has been around for a while, so he definitely going to test you. But when like Greg and T. Roy started, it was completely friggin' different. I don't believe there was so much politics. And when I say politics, I don't mean president and this, that, and the other. I just mean YouTube, playing the hand. They're going to show. Just look at the TV to know what YouTube is going to push. Okay, so cooking is not exactly top of the list. So it is definitely tough. But would I change anything? I wouldn't because I'm making it happen. I'm full, earning a living, and I'm up there in age, so I can take this right to Social Security, man. If I was 30, I wouldn't be able to do that. To get in this at 30, it ain't going to be around at 30 years, man. Because AI and all that stuff, you're just probably just going to be able to, who knows, to get a recipe if you want it. So, who knows where that's going to come from. I know right now, man, it has been a blast for. All right, guys, I think that do it here, man. It is good to see yous. We all came up on that 7 o'clock. Papa, Wendy, Russ, I appreciate you stopping by. Avidar, Chris, Shar, I'm sure these people are gone. Spike, everyone hit the thumbs up on the way out. Scotty, going back to make sure I get everybody. Buck, John Paul. And that is it, man. I appreciate you all for watching. Adam, there you go. I will see you about 10 days, I do believe. So that's going to be fun. So fire up that grill and let me see what you got. Have a good evening, everyone. I appreciate you all for popping in. And